Hello everybody and welcome to yet another episode of Retro Gaming with Ricardo on the Atari ST. The Atari ST that I've brought back to life after nigh on 30 years up my attic in various conditions. 2 house moves and several children, plus a divorce. How did I still got this Atari ST? Nobody still knows, but I still have it anyway. So this week's game is James Pond, the original James Pond. Now, James Pond, Underwater Agent, is a platform game that was developed by British video game developers Vectordean Limited and Millennium Interactive. And it was also published by Millennium Interactive and Electronic Arts for numerous home computers and consoles in 1990. The character was featured in some comic books of the time as well, and the game spawned 3 sequels and 1 spin-off game. Now, with most super agent and supervillain relationships, James Pond Underwater Agent is no different. A nefarious supervillain named Dr. Maybe, a pun for Dr. No, has taken over the ruthless megacorporation Acme Oil Company and is not only filling the oceans with radiation and toxic waste, but even threatening all the world from his underwater lair. The protagonist, James Pond Underwater Agent, of the story and player character of the game is an intelligent, mutated, anthropomorphic mud skipper who was given the name, as we know, James Pond, after the legendary spy, you've guessed it, James Bond. So hired by the British Secret Service to protect the seas, take out the bad guys in the underwater areas. They say he's also suave enough to seduce numerous attractive mermaids, some of whom act as double agents, as common with James Bond's love interests. The game spoofs James Bond movies with levels mimicking their titles, with level names like License to Bubble, a play on License to Kill, A View to a Spill, A View to a Kill, Leak and Let Die, Live and Let Die, and From 3 Mile Island with Love, after From Russia with Love. James Pond has to solve puzzles to defeat the enemy, and the gameplay revolves around finding objects to perform specific tasks, such as keys to rescue lobsters or sponges to bung up holes in leaking oil tankers. James must also fire bubbles at his enemies to trap them before popping them to finish them off. When it was released, James Pond received mixed but mostly negative reviews in regards to its gameplay, as what players described as sickening to the stomach. Players also criticised the fact that the player has to collect letters in caves that reduce health for either no reason or that there's a submarine that causes an oil spill. The game had a 2.74 out of 5 rating on GameFAQs. The sequels, however, which we'll cover in future videos, include James Pond 2, codename Robocod, and James Pond 3, Operation Starfish. There was also a spin-off sports-themed game, The Aquatic Games, and a cameo in the Roll to the Rescue. James Pond returned in James Pond in the Deathly Shallows for the iPhone and the iPad on June 30th, 2011. In September 2013, Gameware Europe, who acquired the James Pond license back in 2003, launched a Kickstarter for a new game in the series, James Pond, Pond is Back, featuring the game's original designer, Chris Sorrell. The Kickstarter, however, was cancelled in October the 7th, 2013, as the funding target looked unlikely to be achieved. This, however, I feel is a nice game. It's a family game. It's a game I would give my kids who are young to play and to learn platform gaming. There's no harm in this game, and there's quite an important ecological message running through the entire undertones of this platformer. It may not be all action, but there's a few little nods to Mario, like what we can see on the screen, where you can hit magical platforms and get coins. This platform game here, I think if there were more games like this on a mobile platform, perhaps there would be a better place. Anyway, on this particular level, we have to guide fish back out into clean waters. This water is green, toxic chemicals. We've got to drag them back out to the other area. Once that's done, then you open up the door or the tubes to the next levels. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing this game. Good bit of nostalgia as well. So here's a fish, we've got him, we've got to drag him nice and carefully without going too fast as well, down to the the tube and make sure he gets some of the more tricky turns without hitting that radioactive barrel. That will suck some of the strength out of you. There you go, he's gone. That's James Bond's house, that is, or James Pond's house I should say, where you can go and put in all the letters that you've collected. As you can see, I haven't collected very many. So, a little repetitive on the levels as well, and perhaps not lacking the depth of the games that we have today. We forget that this game was produced many moons ago, back in 1990, and probably just a little bit before. That's 17 years ago. It's been, March 2017. Those players who complain about going into caves and losing life, you can pick up on this level an underwater helmet or an out of water helmet that does protect you from being a fish effectively out of water, and that's gained at the top of this level up in the top right hand corner. Quickest way of getting there. You do incur a little bit of life lost with the stalk, but getting the stalk to pick you up. So I'm not going to talk anymore throughout this bit of gameplay. Please feel free to watch it if you want, and if you do like what you've seen, please subscribe for more retro videos from Ricardo. I've been Ricardo, this has been the Atari ST. No emulators here, this is taken directly from the original discs via a reconditioned disc drive. The Atari's been reconditioned and I'm thrilled to have it back online. Control has been done via a Kempson joystick. Look out for more games soon, and look out for more videos in this series. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.